This next episode brings you Dr. Garland Vance, the author of the book, Gettin Unbusy. He breaks down ways for us to analyze our lives and make sure that we're not wasting time putting effort into something that's not worthwhile and doesn't give us a good return on investment. And that in the end, we are giving time for our family and friends and thinking about that self-care side of things. So listen in as he breaks that down, gives us some things to think about, and we hope it brings some insight for you and helps you in your life. So listen in. Here's a good teaser.
Kind of what you're up to these days. So you've just written a book, Gettin Unbusy.
I did. Yeah.
What made you go down that path? What brought that to light?
So it started back in 2013. I was working with one of Chick-fil-A's nonprofits. I was directing this branch of the organization. I had started a doctorate a few years ago. I had 3 young kids. I was helping our church create some leadership development programs, and I started having all of these physical problems. And it was chronic migraine headaches where I would be out. I would just have to go to bed for 12 hours, and those were happening like 3 times a week. I was having heart palpitations, forgetfulness, just all of these physical problems. And so I went in for my annual checkup and just said to my doctor, hey, I've got all these things that are going on. Can you tell me what the problem is? And I was pretty concerned, especially with the migraine headaches. And my doctor said, hey, tell me about your life. And I said, well, I'm busy, but just like everybody else is busy. And he said, unpack that busyness. And so I told him what I just told y'all, and also that I was traveling about 60 days a year with my job, and school was taking 20 hours a week. So I just described all of that to him, and he said, Garland, I think I know what your problem is. And then he put his hand on my shoulder and he said, I'm concerned for your life. And ended up saying that my problem wasn't some brain tumor. It wasn't, heart problems, that my problem was stress, which I didn't like that answer. I thought that was kind of, only weak people got stressed out.
Almost sounds like a cop-out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, you're not going to give me a pill because I'm stressed out. I'm not stressed. And I even said that to him. I said, I don't feel stressed. And he said, well, your head does 3 times a week. And I said, well, why in the world would I be so stressed? And he said, because you're busy. And it triggered for me all of these conversations that I had with so many people where I would say, hey, how are you doing? And their response would be, oh, I'm good. I'm just really busy, right? And it was almost like this badge of honor that they wore where they were trying to brag. And I was trying to brag too, right? Like I'm so busy, you're so busy. Look at how important we are.
Yeah.
And so at the time I was working on my doctorate at the time, and I was like, if he's going to tell me that busyness is killing me, I'm going to do the research and see if he's telling the truth. And not only did I discover that he's telling us the truth, right? If you don't kill busyness, it will kill you. But I also dedicated the next 2 years of my doctoral research to figuring out how to help high capacity, high achieving people beat busyness while still accomplishing a huge amount.